Well, French ski resorts are protesting against the government's decision to keep ski lifts closed at Christmas to stop the spread of the coronavirus. Demonstrations have been taking place in the Isère and Savoie region, with stations such as Val d'Isère and Tignes taking part. They say they've worked hard to put measures in place to keep resorts COVID-19 safe. Meanwhile, the French government say random border checks will be put in place over the holiday season, targeting people trying to get to foreign resorts. Controls will include virus tests and a 7-day quarantine on skiers returning to France. Well, joining me now to discuss this is our travel reporter and correspondent, Katie Darford. Katie, tell us more about why people at these French resorts are so up in arms over these measures.
Well, resorts have been working ever since the end of the last lockdown to make sure everything was safe for people to return to the slopes. They've had national certification programs put in place to guarantee that they've got their COVID safety measures all up and running. And then they've opened during the summer, and they've opened as well some resorts on glaciers in October. And they've had no outbreaks, no problems. So they thought, they've been in discussion with the government, they thought everything was fine, and this has come as a real shock to them. So now they have petitioned the government to no avail, and they just feel that they're not being listened to. So that's where the frustration is coming from. And they're set to lose a lot of money, 20% of their income over the Christmas period, and then 80% for the rest of the year. So they're feeling that many businesses might go out of business if something is not done. Of course, the proposals by Castex are just proposals at the moment, and we're here on December the 11th, more clarification of what they're actually going to do.
So despite what the French Prime Minister has said, and we know that perhaps in France there is some might say a tendency for the government to sometimes perform U-turns, is this call being echoed in other countries? I'm thinking of Germany and Italy and Austria, those other Alpine countries.
Yeah, I mean, Austria has seemed to have resisted up until now, but today they announced on Christmas Eve that's when the resorts will open, but people going there are going to have to quarantine for 2 weeks. And Italy are about to announce similar measures too, but it's all to do with preventing people going over to their countries just for a day or two for short stays. So, and the French resorts are happy that this is happening because it's unfair for them if they're losing all their business to people going over to Switzerland. And other countries are open too. People can go to Bulgaria, they can go to Norway, Finland for skiing. So it's just unfair competition. Okay. So we'll gradually hear over the next few days.
I see. So if you are thinking of going to the slopes, say this weekend or over the winter holidays, currently what can you do there?
Well, shops will be open, so you can do lots of shopping. And also, there's loads of other activities that you can enjoy in the fresh air. I know things you want to try, Tokes, like ice climbing and
always
sledging.
Been on my list.
There's cross-country skiing. Some of the resorts are putting out guides as well for things like snowshoeing, because obviously it can be dangerous if you don't know where you're going. So all these measures are being put in place so people can go and enjoy the mountains over the Christmas period. So I'd really encourage people to do that.
Okay, so still lots of fun in the snow to be had there.
Exactly.